This topic that I'm thinking about is bringing me. It's also the topic for my autobiography, where I'm at. It's talking about inheritance, what you have got from life because you're born, the birth lottery. You're born in a certain family, in a certain area in the world. You went to the school. These are not things that you decided, uh, just things that happen to you. There is no consent. Sometimes it's just forced on you. It's from the outside. And this brings me to what I got from the luck of life, where uh, what I and there's also the who you are as a person genetically, and what you do, what you're interested in, what you're pursuing, how much effort you put in. Um, I think, well, the obvious thing is going to school for me in Quebec, learning everything that I have to learn. I could not have chosen not to do that. That was, you do it, that's it. Same thing with religion, being a Jehovah's Witness. There's no decision in that. You're born into it. Until you're grown up, you cannot make the choice to uh, leave. Uh, so this brings me to I don't know if I can talk about the other people, but what other people got is very different. There's a big diversity in what people get from their childhood, uh, and growing up in poverty. What does that mean? Because that's the topic that my father used to really nail on and try to get me to understand, which was I could not understand it until I had gone through it, and that was the topic of growing up in poverty, I think, and what you don't have, and the feeling of being poor, the feeling of just wanting to have something normal and just not being able to have it. Uh, Everything is kind of stacked up against you, and you need to work really, really hard, and it doesn't move along. So this is a life lesson, I guess, that I need to learn, and that my father was trying to explain to me. I never understood it, but now I think I can understand it. What's true poverty, and even that I don't think I can understand, because I have the something that was given to me at, like, being a middle class, growing up and being a middle class. So I have certain things that real poor people never got. So yeah, people could not, like, I cannot place myself and tell poor people to, hey, if I can do it, you can do it, because that's not true. People that are really poor, they would look at you and they just tell you, you're not a real poor person. You're a tourist. You've taken on the role of being a poor person, but you can get out of it. And I don't know if I can get out of it, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to be a true poor person. And this brings me to the topic that Luis was nailing on the head. For me, is that people that are born poor, they die poor. They spend their whole lives poor, and they're not productive. They're not doing anything good with their life. So it's just destitution. So I don't know if that's anything uplifting as a topic, but it's something that exists in the world, and I feel it, and I feel it in the air, and in Toronto it's a real reality that exists.